What's up everybody, Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today, from Star Wars The Vintage Collection, we are taking a look at the Walmart exclusive Deluxe Boba Fett, in parentheses, Tatooine. This is, of course, his costume from the Book of Boba Fett, the sort of revamped version with the slimmer pants, the red boots, and the back skirt piece. This new design of Boba Fett, regardless of what we think about the show, is a great redesign in my opinion. I love the update. I love the costume, so I'm super excited to get my hands on this figure. And I have to say a very special thank you to Kabashed Figures. Alex, thank you so much. We originally thought he was only going to be sending us a 212th Trooper, but he included some extra goodies in there, that being this Boba Fett figure and a couple SH Figuarts Spider-Man figures. So thank you so much, Alex, for the care package. We certainly appreciate it. And leading into that, I do have this figure on pre-order from Walmart.com. I have not received it yet, but since Alex sent this to us, I think it's only right for me to give away my copy of this figure when I receive it, as long as the pre-order is not canceled, regardless of the condition it's in, because we all know it might be smashed to hell coming from Walmart. But I will give back to the community. So once I receive my copy of this, I will do a giveaway for it. Details on that when I receive the figure. But jumping in here, this is of course also the very first windowless package here for Star Wars, for an action figure I should say. The vehicles and playsets do not have windows, but this is the first figure in the line to actually not have a window. So we just get a really nice product promo shot of the figure, and you can see it's in a stylized classic Kenner box here. The box is not very big. It's about the size of a normal vintage collection package. Just within arm's reach here, you could see this is the brand new Ahsoka, and yeah, it's literally the same size. It's just now all cardboard, which is interesting. For some reason I had it in my head that this would be a larger box, but it is not. This is also, like I mentioned, a deluxe figure, the very first vintage collection figure to cost $26.49, which is the price of a standard exclusive Black Series figure. So we're gonna have to jump into this, see if it's truly worth that deluxe price tag, but that comes a little bit later. Now we're gonna focus on the package again, and so you see, you know, it's got a little advertisement there, like a classic Kenner style advertisement on the side of the package here. I do like the zoomed in photo of the destroyed stormtrooper helmets and the Book of Boba Fett logo there on the side. On the other side, you get a shot of unmasked Boba, looking pretty good there. So I do like that they're including quite a few product shots, so you could at least get a pretty good idea of what you're gonna get. Although, yeah, you're not gonna be able to check paint apps or anything like that. And here is the back of the package. It's just a larger image of the front. You also get a nice little breakdown here of what is included in the box. And we do get quite a bit. You get both of Boba's blasters, 2 stormtrooper helmets, blast effects for the jetpack, and of course the helmet. So this is about par for the course from what we've seen for deluxe Boba Fett Black Series figures recently. Now in TVC, yeah, this looks about as deluxe as Black Series, so maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I'm still happy to be getting these accessories regardless. Vintage collection logo right there, and on the bottom there is the barcode and all the legal stuff. So we're not going to waste any more time here. We're going to go ahead, get this package open. We'll take a look at the accessories and then the figure itself. And for those curious, this is what the figure now looks like once it's out of the packaging here. This is how it comes. This is the new cardboard tray. And you can see they are using the tissue paper to hold in the accessories as well. So exactly what we saw with the Fortnite line. This is no surprise that they're doing this for vintage collection now. All right, first up, let's get rid of the usual suspects. We have Boba Fett's iconic blaster here, expertly painted for such a small scale. We do get a little bit of silver there on the barrel and some brown for the stock of the weapon as well. It's also cast in a gray plastic and has some truly wonderful sculpted details, updated sculpted details to fit the newer version that we see in Book of Boba Fett. And we also get his new sidearm here. Not quite the disintegration pistol of the olden days, but still a really cool weapon design in my opinion. I do really like the new sidearm. This doesn't have quite as much paint on it as the main blaster, but we do get a little bit of brown, and again, it is cast in a gray plastic. We also have the updated jetpack here with the new green and blue and red color scheme that is slightly different from the original look. It comes with a removable missile piece here that slides right in, plugs into the top, so you can have the missile sitting in there, or you can kind of make it look like it's shooting out of the rocket. I guess you kind of have to do like a little bit of angling there. Yeah, all right, that works. So that's actually really cool and an interesting way to give us sort of a 2-for-1 special there, and I'd love to see that on the Black Series version when we get it. So I'm just gonna plug that in there to get a more complete jetpack. And then we do also get 2 blast effects for the jet boosters here, and these just plug right in. The plastic is a little soft on the jet boosters here, so it is definitely got to work at it a little bit. All right, and there you go. They're both in there, and so now Boba can fly around as he pleases, and they look great. I think Hasbro always does a great job with blast effects, rocket effects, firing effects, and these are no different. The translucent plastic shifting from like an orange to a red looks really nice. So yeah, I'd say they went all out here for the jetpack in terms of various blast effects that you can get going here. And we do have Boba's helmet here as well. Unfortunately, they went back to the removable helmet instead of the alternate head like they did with Bo-Katan. That is a little bit of a bummer there. The helmet here is definitely a little large, but it is nicely detailed. There's all the scrapes and dings and dents that are kind of present on this Tatooine look. It's not quite the clean re-armored look. There's a little bit of chipping going on, and we've got the iconic green and red and the yellow there, the silver on the viewfinder. Of course, the viewfinder is not articulated at this scale. Red paint on the back of the helmet, and then the orange lines running on the side there. And then we have 2 Stormtrooper helmets here. They are actually different. This is the first one here, very nicely damaged. I think the detail at this scale is pretty impressive. The sculpt itself is actually reflecting the damage. You can see how it's kind of chipped away there on the respirator, which is really nice. It's not just a paint app on this. And you can see there's even like a hole sculpted in the back of the helmet there. There's some really nice details, and it does have a ball joint there. So in theory, you could pop this head onto a vintage collection Stormtrooper if you wanted to. And this is the other helmet here, which again has different battle damage and actually has sculpt work on it to reflect the battle damage. It's not just paint apps, which is surprising to me. I was assuming it was just going to be some paint apps, but they did actually take the time to sculpt some of the armor bits missing there. And I think it looks great. I think both of these helmets look awesome. Don't really know why we got 2 helmets to come with Boba Fett, but okay, you know, I'll take them for the display. But these honestly don't make a whole lot of sense coming with this particular version of Boba Fett. All right, and now let's take a look at the figure. All right, and here is Boba Fett out of the packaging, looking absolutely fantastic. This is another excellent example from the vintage collection here. Tatooine Boba Fett just looks like he jumped right off the screen. We've got soft goods. We've got weapon storage. We've got some pretty nice proportions and paint app details and articulation. If anyone out there is a fan of the Bo-Katan figure, yeah, this figure's articulation is about on par with her, which is great to say. I absolutely love all the articulation that they've been packing into these recent TVC figures. They've been honestly putting a ton of effort towards the 3 3/4 inch line. And as someone like me who's just getting into it, this feels awesome. And just take a look as Boba comes around once again. There's some really nice paint app details on here. And if I probably didn't say anything, you might even think that this would be a Black Series figure spinning on the rotating base right now. The details are absolutely insane. So without further ado, let's take Boba off the stand and we'll get a closer look at those details. We've already looked at the helmet there, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the unmasked Temuera Morrison head here, which does actually look really nice. Mine might be slightly cross-eyed, but it's honestly not too bad. But there's some really nice scarring detail there, and I think the photoreal at this scale, again, just looks fantastic. There's some really nice sculpt work there going on as well to sort of reflect the more healed, younger looking Boba Fett that we see in this costume. So for 3 3/4 inch, yeah, I'd say they nailed the head. The armor details too are just fantastic. Little bits of silver paint there mixed in with some grit and grime on the shoulder pads, the yellow, the silver, the Mythosaur logo there, all are present and looking very clean. We have the red gauntlets with black tubes here, and we have a very cleanly painted missile. We also have the updated belt here, which is, again, expertly detailed. Some really nice gold paint there, and they even took the time to paint the little bullets. And we can see the pistol there is stored nicely on the hip, and it is nice and tight and secure, so you don't really have to worry about it falling out. And what's really nice here is the belt is a sort of separate floating piece, so you're going to see that obviously it's going to greatly benefit the articulation. We also get this nice soft goods skirt, which we probably won't see on the Black Series version. We're probably going to be getting hard plastic, unfortunately, which it's just disappointing because look how easy it is to do, and it makes the figure just look so much better at this scale, and then again, it would look even better at 6-inch scale. And moving down to the new boots here, we've got, of course, the yellow knee pads like that we are familiar with, but we have the updated red boots, and they look very nice, and the sculpt work appears to be on point here. So yeah, detail-wise, this Boba Fett is honestly insane. Another, like I said, another fantastic example of just how great the vintage collection can truly be. It's mind-blowing that we're getting figures this detailed at this scale. This figure is honestly Black Series quality in my opinion. And to solidify that for you as well, let's go ahead and do a rundown of the articulation. Okay, and with the helmet off, Boba can look up about that far, and he can look down pretty far as well. We also get 360 rotation here and some side to side, so you can have Boba with a little bit of attitude if you want. Then with the helmet on, we get really not a whole lot of looking up and just a little bit looking down. And the side to side is still actually pretty good though. As for the shoulders here, great range of movement. The shoulder pads are nice and soft, so they get out of the way, allowing you to get this nice Y pose. This Boba goes beyond the T, which is awesome. And that also means we do get rotation around, but you got to be careful. Well, actually, I don't even know about this arm. Maybe I wouldn't do it on this arm with the tubes, but this arm, you know, we could rotate this around, no problem. At this scale, really, right now, the only thing missing is butterfly joints, which it's probably only a matter of time before we see those. We do have a single jointed elbow here that gives you 90 degrees and does swivel. And on the hand, we get rotation and a horizontal hinge for the trigger finger. And the grip hand here is also a vertical hinge. So double vertical hinges on this Boba. That's just a nice little bonus right there. For the crunch, we do actually get a decent amount forward here, allowing you to, yeah, actually maybe sort of pull the rocket firing pose off, which is really nice. I definitely think that that was important if they're going to include the missile firing accessory. If only it was spring loaded, right everybody? That would have been just hilarious. And as far as he goes back, yeah, we get a decent range there as well. Rotation at the wrist. Fantastic side to side here. The crunch and the hips here on this Boba are just truly amazing. Speaking of which, the legs can kick all the way up. Great range of motion there for a TVC figure. This does have the new hip articulation, so gone are the days of having to rotate this around to either get the leg to kick forward or kick to the side. It just does it now, which is fantastic. The splits here are great. We even get some decent kickback. Thigh swivel, a single jointed knee here that gives you 90 degrees. No swivel at the knee though. And moving down to the feet, they go down very far. They go up a decent amount, and we do get peg holes and ankle pivot. So just like Bo-Katan recently from the vintage collection here, this Boba Fett is just absolutely amazing. Very nicely detailed, wonderful articulation. Yes, it is expensive, maybe even a little overpriced, I would dare say, considering what we get with the figure, but yeah, this just is so awesome though. The articulation is truly on par with Black Series. The only thing it's missing is butterfly joints. So now we've seen the details, we've seen the articulation. Let's go ahead and see how this Boba scales. Okay, let's start out here with the Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett. Damn it. And Bo-Katan. And Bo-Katan just randomly being ultra tiny for some reason. Then Bib and Boba. And last, for some funsies, we've got the Rogue One Stormtrooper and the Phase 1 ARC Trooper from the Tartakovsky Clone Wars series. Alright, so there you have it. There was my review for this figure. Another excellent entry into the vintage collection line here. This Boba Fett is a must-have. Hopefully they do like a standard release, maybe without all the extra goodies, because yeah, I definitely think this figure is essential. I've been having so much fun posing this figure around. Great articulation for 3 3/4 inch. The details are fantastic. The inclusions of soft goods are greatly appreciated here. So yeah, it's really hard to find something to dislike about this figure other than the high price and the Walmart exclusivity. As of filming and releasing this review here, it is currently not out in the United States yet. I was very thankful and fortunate that Kabashed Figures sent me a copy of this from Hong Kong, where they live. So again, Alex, thank you very much for sending this my way. Hopefully you enjoyed my review. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars, the vintage collection here on the channel. So stay tuned. Like you saw earlier, I will have a review for the Ahsoka figure coming eventually. And we do also mostly discuss Star Wars, the Black Series here on this channel. So if you like that, of course, you're also in the right place as well. Once again, I'm Nate from Out of the Basement. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.